What up, everyone? It's Heisenberg here, and I figured why not do another haul? Just like I was bored, had nothing better to do, and I just figured why not divulge more of my NYC haul. Now, I'm not going to do the Criterion update this time. I'm going to save the Criterions for my next haul. I'm going to do Smallville, as I mentioned in my previous video. This time I'm going to do the regular movies I got, and I think regular is a very... it's just not a good enough word to describe this particular haul. I think it's a very impressive, understated, underrated haul. These are full of movies that either came out, most of them came out a long time ago, one of them, which I'm going to get to now, came out this year, or mainly last year. And it was one of my favorite movies of the year. It was really special to me, and I just fucking love this movie. And that movie is The Perks of Being a Wallflower, starring Logan Lerman, Emma Watson, and Ezra Miller, the phenomenal Ezra Miller. The whole cast is phenomenal. They're all such amazing young actors. This movie really touched me. It spoke to me on so many levels. The book is amazing. After I watched the movie, I went out and I believe Smallville actually got the book, and he read it and he lent it to me. Excellent. And yeah, this movie is highly, definitely one of the more special movies I've seen this year. It's just amazing. No movie touched me more than this one that came out in the past. I think this is the best movie that came out in a long time for high school kids, or movies about high school kids. I think this movie says a lot, and it's just amazing. So well acted, great soundtrack. That's usually what's important to me, and not in everything, but it's one of the key elements I like in film. Excellent soundtrack, and yeah, this film is amazing. I just love it. Perks of Being a Wallflower. The second movie I got here, it's one of the blind buys I have here. Most of my purchases are blind buys anyway, but this one here looks just very interesting. It's called Pulp, starring Michael Caine, directed by Michael Hodges, who did Get Carter, and Croupier, and I'll Sleep When You're Dead. Lots of great British gangster films. And yeah, this apparently it's an out-of-print release, as you can see there, and that just enticed me to buy it. It looked amazing. I love the director. I love Michael Caine. Apparently it's a parody. It's a comedy about most British detective films, and it's it seems very pulpy in itself. It feels like that perfect movie for me. So that's Pulp. Next movie here, brilliant film. I've seen this before. It's saw it on TV one time. It's an incredible detective thriller, One False Move. This movie is excellent. Written by Billy Bob Thornton, directed by Carl Franklin, stars Bill Paxton in one of his greatest roles, if you ask me. Such a powerful, intense movie. It's quite fantastic. I'd recommend this to anybody who enjoys a very good nail-biting cop, southern, movie that takes place in the setting. It's a good thriller. It's got lots of great, charismatic people in it. It's quite amazing. It's a very, very good film. One False Move. This film here, another blind buy. Steve Buscemi's Animal Factory. It's one of the films he directed, probably after Trees Lounge or in between that. He only did I think 4 or 5 films. Steve Buscemi that he directed. And this one's really cool. It's got a great cast. It's got Willem Dafoe and Edward Furlong. It's supposed to be a great performance from Willem Dafoe here, as he gives many of them. He's such a great actor. And it's got John Hurd, Danny Trejo, Mickey Rourke, Tom Arnold, Seymour Castle, and Mark Boone Jr. from Sons of Anarchy. He plays Bobby Elvis. This movie just looks fucking crazy. It's a prison movie. It looks so pimp. I can't even begin to go into how pimp this movie looks. I'm probably gonna watch it right now. This is one of the more anticipated movies I've been trying to look for this year, and this looks fucking amazing. Animal Factory. One of my favorite writers of all time, writers/playwrights. I got David Mamet's Oleana. This was a stage play of his that he adapted into a feature film, starring William H. Macy and Deborah Eisenstadt. So, if it's anything like the play, I would definitely suggest this movie because the play's amazing. I read it. Unfortunately, I haven't seen it, although I hear it's fantastic. But yeah, I love anything with William H. Macy. I love anything David Mamet, so this should be a good one. Oleana. Now this movie here is a movie I've been searching for since like 2009. I wasn't able to find it for the longest time. I finally own it. It's in my possession. I got Michael Cimino's Thunderbolt and Lightfoot in an Oscar-nominated performance by Jeff Bridges here and Clint Eastwood. I watched this movie. It's fucking great. It's so funny. I didn't know it was going to be a comedy. It's so incredibly cool. It's your typical convict movie. They play two Eastwood and Bridges play these two convicts who meet each other. One of the best openings to any films I think I've ever seen. It's quite amazing. And it's just them trying to pull off a big heist that Clint Eastwood, an unfinished heist that Clint Eastwood tried to pull off with a few of his other criminal buddies who are apparently on the hunt for him. They want to kill him. Played by the amazing George Kennedy in this movie. And yeah, this movie was just incredible. I recommend it to anybody. Of course, if you can find it, I would highly recommend it to anybody if you have it in your grasp, if it's in your reach and you have it available at one of your local stores. Pick it up. It's quite fantastic. I'm pretty sure it's out of print, so don't get too excited. I found this at a record store in the West Village, the same place I got Youth of the Beast. I got it for $8. It's kind of hard to beat, so if you can find this movie for that amount of money, then good on you. Thunderbolt and Lightfoot by Michael Cimino. This is before he did The Deer Hunter. So I think it was his first film, actually. Next film here, a classic Howard Hawks film. I got Rio Bravo, starring John Wayne, Dean Martin, and Walter Brennan, and Ricky Nelson. Yeah, that's it. It's a great movie. Classic film. It's definitely one of my comfort movies. It's always a good movie to watch, when you're just home alone or with a friend. It's a great chill-out movie. Kick back with a few beers and just watch Rio Bravo. It's one of those films. It's a good time film. Rio Bravo. Another blind buy for me. This movie, it looks alright. It looks like it's a Lawrence Kasdan film. It's called Grand Canyon, starring Kevin Kline, Danny Glover, Steve Martin, Mary McDonnell, Mary Louise Parker, and Alfre Woodard. Seems like an excellent cast, but Lawrence Kasdan films have always teetered on they've always bordered for me on the edge of, good but not amazing. I did love I Love You to Death. That was a really good film, and yeah, he's a good filmmaker. The Accidental Tourist was really good too. He's a pretty well established director, and but yeah, I enjoy some of his films. I think this one's going to be a really good one. I don't see it letting me down. I see it as a very complex, enjoyable dramedy. That's what this movie sounds like to me. But yeah, that's Grand Canyon. Last one, another blind buy for me. This one I heard about when I was doing research on the Independent Spirit Awards. Apparently, Harold Perrineau Jr., a really good actor, got nominated for this one, and I wanted to check it out. It's with Harvey Keitel and William Hurt. It's called Smoke. It looks like a really cool movie. Apparently it's in the tradition of The Big Chill for William Hurt. It's one of those roles for him, very dark, brooding type roles that he's really good at playing. And Harvey Keitel, they just lead they both of them just lead a very, the two of them are apparently fucking so dynamic in this movie and really good. And it's got Stockard Channing, Ashley Judd, Forrest Whitaker. Yeah, great cast. I love movies with a lot of that are just stuffed full of stars and that are excellent at the same time. I think it was Harold Perrineau's one of his first breakout roles for him. So that's pretty cool. You know what I mean? It looks like a great film, very promising. Smoke. And that would do it for my haul, my current haul for now. That was my entire regular DVD haul from New York. You'll see the rest of them. You'll see the rest of the DVDs I got, mainly Criterion's that I purchased in New York during the last weekend. That was amazing. You'll see that video. You see all those purchases on my next video I do with Smallville, coming this Friday or Saturday, I believe. So yeah, you'll get to see that very very shortly. And that's it for today. I'm Heisenberg. Keep on collecting.